Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Wednesday, January 11th, and we are here trying to help you navigate 2023 and whatever the next big hurdle is for you. Maybe it's not even a big hurdle. Maybe you're just going to step over it. You don't have to leap over it. Maybe you're making things harder on yourself than you need to. Maybe Mark and I can help you see that you're in good shape, but not great shape. Maybe you're in lousy shape, and we can figure out the best way out. We don't really care about what brought you to this place. We care more about how to get you to where you want to go. And to do that, go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you would be willing to come on the air. And if you do want to come on the air, just check a little box. That's what Lynn did. Lynn is on the line from North Carolina. Hello, Lynn. Welcome to the program. What can we do for you?
Hi. I just want to make sure I am all lined up for my retirement dream barndominium. How's that?
Wait a second. Use that word again. Farm Dominion?
Barn, B-A-R.
Okay, barn. Farm, barn. That was pretty close for me. What is such a thing?
So, most people have a retirement dream home.
Yeah.
Well, my boyfriend and I, it's called a barndominium, and it's almost like a barn.
Yeah.
Where you can store all your toys, the RV, the razors, and you also live there also.
What was that second word you said after RVs? The razors? What is it?
We have a Polaris side-by-side razor that we take up into the mountains of West Virginia and go trail riding on them.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Mark, did you hear how I need a definition? Please translate for stupid woman talking to you from New York City. How much does a barndominium cost?
Depends on how much you want. So we're looking in the $3,000 to $4,000 price range.
You mean 300 to 400,000?
Yeah.
Okay. So 300 to 400,000. And would this be in addition to a current home, or would you sell something and then move into it?
He would probably sell his house. I've already sold mine. I jumped out when the money was good earlier in the year. I've sold mine and I've downsized to an apartment right now. So he will sell his, and then I will have my proceeds from mine. And then together we will go in and get our barndominium.
How you keep using that word, it makes me laugh. How much did you sell your house? Or, well, let's just say, how much do you have in cash set aside for the purchase?
Currently $178,000.
Okay. And that's in cash right now?
Cash right now.
Okay. Your Beau's house, how much is that worth?
It's worth about $280,000.
And does he have a mortgage on it?
He does.
How much?
I think about 200.
So he'll add 80 grand to the kitty.
Right. And this is probably a 5-year plan from now.
Okay. So 5 years from, how old are you guys?
I'm 56. He's 51.
And you're both working?
Correct.
Okay. How much do you guys each earn?
I make $133,000 a year, and he makes 60.
Okay. In 5 years, will you guys move to the barndominium, totally stop working, or 5 years move there, keep working, and for however many years? You tell me. What's the goal?
So I am going to drop down to part-time work when I'm about 61. I'm able, with my company, I'll be able to retire and then go back as a part-time employee and travel a little bit around the company and do some work that way.
Cool.
He will probably stay employed where he's at right now.
So when you go part-time, how much would that mean in terms of income for you? Would it be half? Would it be more? What would it be?
It's probably going to be 3/4.
Okay. That's good. And with no benefits, or how are you going to get?
That's my issue. No benefits.
No benefits. So you'll need health insurance.
Correct.
And how does he get health insurance now?
Through his job.
Should we just get married so you can get his health insurance? It's a very unromantic idea, but
it's funny. But right now, if we got married, he'd be better to take mine because I have phenomenal insurance right now. I just lose it when I retire.
Yeah, well, that means in 5 years, what am I going to do? Well, you might get married. You never know. Are you guys both contributing to retirement accounts right now?
I'm not sure what he's contributing 100% to, but I have my numbers down.
Okay.
Currently, in my 401k, I have $565,000, and that's split between there's 122,000 in my Roth and 443,000 in the traditional
Got
401.
it.
I also have a rollover IRA
Mhm.
that's got 400,000 in it.
Woo, look at you.
Yep. And when I do retire from work, we have a cash balance.
Hmm.
So my current cash balance is 144,000.
This is amazing. This is a great story. And when you are your full retirement age, 67 probably, do you have an estimate of your Social Security benefit?
3,600.
And he'll get some Social Security as well, but he's younger,
Yes,
which is very smart of you. Do you guys have kids from prior relationships?
he does. I have no children. He's got a 16-year-old who's still at home. So that's why it's a 5-year plan.
I
He's
get it.
raise her, get her through college, get her up on her own, and then him and I can take off to do what we want to do.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's great. When you are looking at this 5-year plan for the Barndominium, is it something that you have to build or is it actually there?
So we will have to build it.
Okay.
So one of the questions I had asked was, so I want to make as much money as I can on that $178,000.
Mm-hmm.
I have it in high yield savings right now, making about 3.25%.
Not bad.
I don't want to invest it because in the next 5 years, we drive around the country a lot. And if
Yep.
we see a piece of property that we're interested in, I would maybe buy property now. And then
I see. You want to have the option. So barn dominium, like great, but maybe not. Like you could do other, like if something happened, you want to have the ability to pull the trigger, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, I mean, for safe money, I like your idea. Like, let's not make ourselves too crazy. I mean, the high yield savings is great. It is possible you could go into some CDs that might yield a little bit more. For example, I literally just typed this in. I went to depositaccounts.com. You can do this at deposit accounts or at Bankrate, but I just looked at this and I said, oh, look, there is a 12-month Marcus by Goldman Sachs CD. Oh, former advertiser of the show. I should disclose that. And it's like a 4% note, 4% CD. So when I look at, say, 2-year CDs right now, you can get 4 or 5%. So maybe what you should do is keep a chunk of the money nice and liquid, right, in your high yield savings. Or do you have the ability through E-Trade to buy CDs?
I do have an E-Trade account.
Yeah, I see that because you said you had, I noticed in your email that you said that's where you have your high yield savings. Do they have an ability for you to, they should, I think.
Not look, but I will look.
Check that out. And if not, you could take a bunch of the money. So of the 180, let's say that you wanted to, try to be so you have, let's say, 80 of it in high yield savings. And maybe the other 100, you say, like, let me put 50 in a 1-year CD and 50 in a 2-year CD. And if you had to break it, big deal, you could. It seems to me that like maybe nothing's going to happen in a year, but maybe 2 years, and you want to have the ability. That's the way to juice up the actual interest rate. Just build what's called a CD ladder. And so it means that just you put some in 6 month, or, you don't have to do 6 month because you have the height, but you could check it out like 6 month, 9 month, 12 month. You could go 18 month. I wouldn't go much beyond 2 years. And I think that would really set you up. I mean, when you look at your cash flow right now, how much are you saving in addition to you're putting money into your current 401k? Are you maxing it out?
I am putting in 15% into my 401k. And right now, I currently have it all going to Roth since I was trying to build that account.
Okay.
And I still have roughly $3,000 left a month.
Whew.
My next question is, where do I put that to help boost up?
I think that you keep it in this cash account because I don't think you really want to take a ton of risk with this. When you look at it, again, 2-year CDs are paying 4.5%. So maybe I would, and a lot of them that pay, a lot of them, the 2-year CDs that some of them that pay more will have like a minimum amount. So, but it's, you'll have that, So I think it is worth checking that out. And that's what I would do. I would load up on that account because you're very likely, depending on what happens, obviously, but in 5 years, you're building this money up. You already have a bunch of money saved. And, I think you'd probably want to try to get to your 300-ish and know that you have that in cash and you could just build this thing as you wish, not having any sort of loan to deal with.
Right. That's our goal, is to get
Yeah.
to retirement with no loan.
And it looks to me like you don't spend a ton of money between the two of you. Like you're good savers. So I think it works. I really do. So I would put that $3,000 a month. I'd put it into your, let's call it your house slush fund. I would be a little bit more efficient. In addition to the high yield savings or money market, you add some CD ladders, and you can look. And again, just look at you'll see, you get a very good sense of it. Like, oh, for 6 months, I get this much, 9 months, 12 months. Don't go more than 2 years for the time being. And I think that it's great that you still have the money available after putting 15% into your retirement account. So it's great. The other reason why I want you to have a cash built up is that when you're 61, 61 to 65 is 4 years of having to pay for your own medical insurance. And, presuming you're not married. And I think that you're going to want to have some extra cash kicking around for that. And I think that's great. And then I think you're all set to go. Now, because you are not married, I'm going to be even more of a pain in the neck about the estate documents.
Got them.
You do?
I have my wills.
Yes.
I have life insurance that will expire in another, I think, about 15 years.
Why do you have that?
Well, for a while, my nieces and nephews were living with me.
Uh-huh.
So I had gotten an account just in case something had happened. They were living with me, and I just wanted a little extra protection for them. But
and is that a term life?
It's a term life, and it's only $34 a month. So I'm just going to let it run out when it runs out.
All right. So they're really hoping that you die before then.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, no, God forbid. Okay. This is good. So you got the estate, you got the life insurance. What else is on your mind? Anything else? Barndominium woman?
Boy, I'm just, like I said, that leaving work early, is going to be a scary transition. I have always put career first, but I know, I keep telling myself, I read the numbers. I'm like, I'm going to be financially sound. I can't want, what do they find, right? Yep. Financially independent, next endeavor.
Right.
So that's really where I'm gearing myself up towards, so that I can feel comfortable when I drop down to my part-time work.
Yep.
And feel like I can make all the bills and enjoy more of my life.
Yeah. I mean, this is the lesson of the horrible pandemic. Like, let us try to live the lives we want to live. Let us not be owned by our work. All those things are really good things to take out of an awful period. So I encourage you to do it. I encourage a lot of people out there who are listening, Lynn, to hear that, here is somebody who has worked hard and has saved a lot of money. And, ostensibly, you haven't made like tons and tons of money throughout your life. You were a diligent saver. Is that right?
Yes.
In looking at you as a model, I would say you're about as good as it gets when it comes to someone who sort of says, okay, hardworking, but all that hard work, I'm not going to just let it sit there. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to go buy and build my dream barndominium. I'm going to say that word as much as possible. Thank you for teaching it to me. Lynn, thank you so much for contacting us. And if anyone out there is contemplating something like this, please let us know, because we really do love these kinds of transformations. And by the way, you don't have to be in your 50s or 60s. You can start contemplating your transition in your 30s and 40s. Maybe you've got a horrible job that you hate right now, and you're just early in your career and you're realizing this is not for me. We would love to hear from you, because there are many options that could be available. Let's not be owned by a decision. You can change your mind. You are entitled to do that. Okay. So just give us a holler. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the contact us button. Let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. And we want to encourage you to sign up for the free weekly newsletter and also to pre-order the book. It's called The Great Money Reset. Don't forget to do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.